All right, so let's think about this here. For DD6, for G18 characters, which ones would I would think about getting bigger? To get to G18. The one I do like is Rogue, and the only reason why I like Rogue is because he is ridiculously huge, and that battlefield effect is amazing, which could help go ahead and negate some of the characters on it. However, I could use them in Legendary or Apocalypse, although you did have a good notion there of Nova. Nova can be used in 1, 2, 3, 4 sections or whatever, and it's just like, okay, cool. So, right, you just need 4 legendaries. But I would choose probably Red Hulk, but Nova's okay, but he just doesn't, I don't know. He just seems a lot squishier than Red Hulk. But I got to get him pushed to that top one. Now, non-Horseman Legendary, that's one thing. So, I would probably take him in there. Obviously, Fury. Well, we're just going by what right now is. What right now is. What I got right now. And which ones I would. Now, Nova's great for war, but in Crucible, he's not really... And Crucible right now is the bigger thing. I want to be able to take whatever character I'm using there now, whatever characters I'm using, I want to be able to use across different modes as well, not just DD6. I'd rather double dip, triple dip, whatever. But obviously, I'm going to pick Fury. Sup, Dinklage? Obviously, Fury because he's used in the raids, he's used in CC, not really used in war, but whatever, he's there. So I'm going to bring Fury regardless. Fury's coming. Does it for you? Yeah, it does. Yeah, I like Red Hulk. I like Hulk's skirt. The skirt is what's getting me. But how much mystics? I mean, the mystic part is I'm gonna take the Eternals. There's no if, ands, or but, and Kang. Deathpool makes a very, very good choice because eventually you could just one-shot somebody on the 3rd node. If that's it. So, yeah, my Skrull wife. You know what? My Skrull wife turns into whatever I need her to be. Vol is looking good too. But I chose these before I pushed. We had Vol out, so that was it. I am more thinking about Vol though. Vol would be great. I can take APOC and all 4 horsemen too. Yeah, the questions win. Plan our Eternals, Vol, and C and D. Well, we don't have a Mystic node for it. It's Cosmic. So the Cosmic side, but the Mystic gear is what's pissing me off. That's what it's coming to. But Cloak and Dagger will definitely be there. I would love to probably take the 4-piece and then probably Shang. But unless they give us more city characters that are relatively useful and that could survive outside of DD and maybe be used in CC and War, maybe. But right now, the only other one I would say is probably Big Time right now. Big Time would probably be it. But I would probably take out Deathpool. I would probably say Deathpool is going to bounce. Where are you, fool? Boom. Yeah, Black Cat's the rumor right now. But I do like Big Time. I really like Big Time. The dodge chance might help, and then lowering the armor of the enemies would be great. So I mean, he doing okay damage, but he'd be around, and he's got an unavoidable. So even if he does get blinded, that ult is going to slap, which is great. And if he's charged, boom, trauma. But that's City is probably the one that is really, really confined to a few characters now because they haven't been putting out a lot of city characters. So, for global, I'm taking out Weaver. Weaver's trash, and so is him. So for global, I was thinking Gambit because his pings are fucking ridiculous. But obviously at that level, Gambit's not gonna do too great, but whatever. Right? It should. Yeah, Gambit's pretty cheap. That's one of the reasons why too. So he's not that expensive to take in there. It's just where is he? So we got APOC. I'm debating. I don't think I'm gonna take in Doom. I was thinking more of I know Gambit, APOC for sure. Yeah, finding Osmium is gonna be a pain in the ass. So that's another catch. You gotta find the gear pieces to do it. And it's gonna be a while, but I got enough for one. I just need to take them. You know, I need to have them in there to do it. So, Nova, yeah, that's why. So, I already have MILF up there, so I'm not... MILF is close, but Nova's not 16 yet, and Vol just is 16, so... Oh, this is... Like, that's 5 or 6. How many bios do you have? Oof. So... I'm debating whether or not I should bring up Rebirth 2 or just use random characters beside it, like Gambit. Maybe, well, Quicksilver and What's-His-Face are going to be there for sure. I was thinking about Cap, only because it'll help out Rebirth along the way. So that would be great. I would probably take Peggy. And I'm thinking about Anti-Venom. Just because... And I could get rid of Doom, but... Anti-Venom slaps, man. Anti-Venom is a real good hit. And then I could use them in Crucible if needed somewhere about it, but it depends. You said how many bio do I have? Does she? I believe... Yeah. I think so. Doesn't she? Or no? Oh, my fault. Agent Venom. My fault. Not Anti-Venom. Agent Venom. My bad. I knew someone was going to figure that out. Thanks, Child Design. Yeah, Peggy revives outside of raids. But if she doesn't, if you use her special and she doesn't revive anybody, she extends all positive effects on y'all. So that's not bad. So I would say probably Peggy and Cap for sure. I'm unsure about Doom at the moment, but could go Green Hulk. Yeah, there'd be some synergy between Green Hulk and Captain America. But like I said, Gambit is pretty cheap. That's why. Gambit's really cheap, so I might not. Over Doom, I might. Because those pings will definitely help out, but the only reason I would probably choose Gambit, like we said before, he's cheap. He's cheap to do so. So if he's cheap and he can get me in there faster, great. Now, there's a difference between me taking them in there because they're cheap or the ideal 5 that I would like to take into each of these sections. It's just up for grabs for the moment. Cosmic, a lot of choices there, but right now, boom. I'm going to go with the Eternals, Kang, and Deathpool, and because they're pretty goddamn close to it. Non-legendary Horseman. I mean, it's going to take a while to get Nova in there, only because of that Osmium, so that would probably play a part. So, for the moment, yeah, the moment, I would probably take Mags. Yeah. Rebirth's used other places too. That's why. So I would probably do that. So here I would go this way and boom, take in Mags to hopefully help out, because at least with Mags I don't have to worry about his unique. Nova is used between 3 of the best ones, so it's like, damn. I would love to take Vol up here, but not right now, no. And then City, like I said, I'm going to be using Big Time. I'm going to figure out how to use Big Time in there, and that would be great. But there's not a lot of City characters that I could choose from that are actually viable that could do long term. Squirrel Girl, great. Great. Great to help out if you really, really need help. But you have way too many Mystics. No shit. Doesn't, I mean... They're the closest for it. They're literally the closest for it. And that's it. There's a lot of Mystic gear. No, we're not doing that Noir. Kiss my ass. It's not helping. Not helping at all. Yeah, I know. Watch them build her up if she ever joins the MCU. Kang, Vol, Eternals can carry a cheap 5th in Cosmic. So then who's a cheap 5th for Cosmic? That beefy Noir? Yeah, he's not beefy. Who would be a cheap Cosmic? And nobody say I knew you were gonna say Stitcher. I knew it was gonna come out of nowhere with fucking Stitcher. But they're not you. Okay, let me rephrase. Who's a cheap Cosmic that will be used in another game mode effectively? Defeats the section. It would help with Infinity Watch, them being a fucking disaster to go against. That was I was going to bring up Cha-Cha, but I got Surfer up there first, so I left Cha-Cha alone, but I still eventually did it anyway, so. He has 2 gear types. She is. Doesn't burn up all your Mystic gear. Okay. Magic might be good if she gives Mutant Strain. I do like the thought of Magic. The extra drain helps. The extra drain would be nice. But we don't have that part in there. She just needs to be used somewhere. Kestrel's nice because she can be used around, but... And I mean, this is... I mean, the planning part of... The planning part is one thing, but... He said, and it was doing good. Okay, that ain't... I mean, I'm just thinking about it because eventually it's getting to that point to where I gotta really think where I'm gonna go further. So, screw you. Screw you. We'll get Vol. Vol and like a cheap 5th. Or no. Vol, Kang, Kestrel, and then Firelight Moondragon. That's right. Take those 2 out. Bye. Come on, you. Boom. Boom. there. Not a lot to go. Not a lot. Yeah, there's not a lot to go for them, but that team looks nice. Healing, clearing, reviving if need be. Violet shares uniques with APOC. I mean, everybody shares all kinds of stuff with everybody. It's just how quickly can you get them based on the events and the gear that you could obtain within maybe the next month. So there's a lot of different choices here, but depends on what you have as gear and when you can upgrade them. And at least you have kind of like a baseline where you go, okay, I'll take these, possibly these 10 characters if they show up. If they show up, I'll take them and go with it. But turn on the hide. I have it already. Yeah, why would I do that? Screw that. Here. Hide. Boom. There. Did that help? He's coming fat, not as big of an issue compared to Mystic Bot. Yeah. The Mystic Bottleneck is a pain in the ass. I mean, it's condensed. It still doesn't do nothing for me. I don't really care. I'm not looking at the gear part of it. I'm just looking at the characters and which ones I would think that would do some damage and be used outside of Dark Dimension 6. Hopefully somewhere else. Like Shuri's only there in Cosmic Crucible because the Wakanda room, but they're used effectively in war, so double dipping a little bit. Legendary Apocalypse, these seem fun. Hopefully I can get a buttload of catalysts, because that says 3,500 more catalysts. Just regular ABCs here. That's a lot. That's a hell of a lot. So Titania's cheap, but I don't see the value of it. Check total for the real note. Screw that, man. Look at all that. Holy shit. That is a lot. May want Gambit for a skill tune. So global wise, yeah, 28,000 is a lot, man. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's all. A little bit. Captain Sam, maybe Nemesis? Yeah. Better take Trooper. Trooper could be a good guy. I think Trooper would work out well. Nemesis sounds pretty good because he'll heal up everybody, which isn't too bad. Take Cab, you should park him adjacent for the retaliate. Yeah, well, I'm just throwing them in there for now. I'm not gonna, it's not gonna show up anywhere or do anything. It's trying to see what could be the plan for potential characters for that. Yeah, I'm not taking Weaver. Weaver is not good in Dark Dimension. If she had the 5 charges, maybe it might make her a little bit more valuable in there, but having it for 3 times, no. Be viable longer than UX. Cap will give her energy as well. Yep. Well, it's still Beta Ray was using Weaver and didn't really see the long-term, the long-term viability of her, because those charges get pinged off right away. You're going up against a shitload of characters, so it sounds good if it was 5 versus 5, but it's 5 versus a wave and another wave and another wave. So it sounds good at first, but then there's only so much energy you can give her unless there's another energy battery that can give it to Weaver, which... So hence Weaver is kind of like, eh. Not in outside Crucible, not happening. But it's been a decent discussion with it so far though.